Hi everyone, Cindy Squirrel here from Squirrel Mills Farms in Cochrane, Ontario. Tonight I'm going to start a bread recipe. This is one of Bobby's favorites. You make it at nighttime and you cook it tomorrow, maybe about 10 o'clock in the morning. Nice fresh loaf of bread for lunch. It's sort of like a sourdough, but not really. Like, you don't have to make the sourdough starter. You're just making the bread and then let it bubble all night long. Okay, so that's what we're going to make tonight, quick and easy. Okay, so we've got our flour here and I'm going to use the scale. When you're doing flour weighs different. It depends on how you scooped it. If you forced flour in, would weigh more than if you just lightly, scooped it up nicely. So for making bread, you're supposed to weigh your flour. So with this recipe, we want 400 grams Woo! Okay, getting there. 400. Okay, so to that we're going to put in salt and 10 grams of salt. Okay, and now yeast is 1 gram. So okay, so you see how much of that teaspoon I used? So it's probably only 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, so now 300 grams of water. You do the water just a little bit slower because you can't take it out once it's in there. Okay, so you see it wasn't quite 500 milliliters there. Okay, so there we go. So that's all there is. 10 grams of salt, 400 grams of flour, 300 grams of water, 1 gram of yeast. Just stir this up. This is a really nice, dense, chewy bread. As you see, I didn't put any sugar in this recipe. It's not like your sandwich bread, although it makes the most awesome sandwich. Bob just loves it. Just a cheese sandwich. That's how he likes to eat it, just with cheese on it. I myself, just butter. Just a piece of bread. It's not the kind of bread that you would put peanut butter on. Not that kind of a sandwich. It would be good for like a deli meat or a grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, so we're getting that worked up. And when it's all incorporated there, scrape it down, make sure you got it all in there. And we're just going to cover it with saran wrap. And what I like to do is, well, I don't know if you can see this or not, but tonight it is minus 28 degrees. So there is not going to be a nice, warm, draft-free spot in this house, except in the oven with the light on. So I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna If you didn't want it really, really bubbly, really, really sour, leave the light off. If you want it more like a sourdough, leave the light on. And that's what we're gonna do tonight. See you tomorrow morning. So here we are, back in the kitchen. Look at how much that is raised, and look at all the bubbles in there. Okay, it's been 12.5 hours that it was sitting in the oven overnight. And we're just going to gently, oh, you can smell it. Oh, it's beautiful. Dump it onto the floured board. And this is a no knead recipe. You're going to try and keep that air in there as much as you can. So use your bench knife. It's my favorite tool. And all you're going to do is go back, pull it to the front, side, pull it to the side, front to back. One more side. So all you did was fold it 4 directions. And that is it. So place your parchment paper close by and attempt to pick this up and put it on the parchment paper. Oh, there you go. Okay, so take a piece of saran wrap and just put a little bit of oil on it. Spread the oil all the way around, all over the top of that piece of saran wrap, and then just cover up your bread. If you don't do that, it'll all dry out and you'll have a hard crust on it, and then that hard crust, when it bakes, stays there, and you got this yucky little crunchy. Ugh. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the oven, and you can see that I've put my Dutch oven in the oven, and we are going to turn it on to 475. And what we're doing is we're heating up that Dutch oven. Okay, and set the timer for 20 minutes. And it takes about 20 minutes to actually get the temperature up on the oven. And I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. The oven is preheated now to 475. This has been sitting here with saran wrap on it. I'm going to take the very hot Dutch oven out of the oven. Just give me a second here. And it's hot. Close the oven back up. Don't lose any of that heat. And try and remember that this is like really hot. Carefully pull your saran wrap off your dough. And with the corners, take your parchment paper and drop it in the hot oven. Woo-wee. Now place your lid on it. There we go. Get the oven door back open. Quickly put it back in there with the lid on and set your timer for 20 minutes. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Well, that 20 minutes is up. So press stop. Now carefully open the oven, and without burning yourself, reach in there and just take the lid off. Set it down on something, close the oven back up, and reset the timer for 20 minutes. So we're still at 475. We're just doing 20 minutes without the lid. And I must apologize for the shape of my pot. What do you call them? My grandmother made these. She's long gone. But just out of scraps of material, you can see all the different layers of material she used to make these pot holders. And I know they're worn and they should have been in the garbage long ago, but my grandma made them and I love them. Okay, our 20-minute timers just went off. I'm going to carefully take this out of the oven. And just drop it on. There we go. Look at that. Now you're going to be tempted to cut into this. Please don't. Try and wait at least a half hour. See you in half an hour. Well, here we go. Time to cut into this beautiful loaf of bread. Just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So that's our sourdough bread. Like and subscribe. See you later.